Phasers locked.
Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
Welcome to the Rippin' and Tearin' IFL Kickoff Show. It is time. It is time for the season to begin, and you're going to kick it off the only way you can here with El Raven. Let's fire this bitch up.
Let's rock!
It's time for 32 predictions for 32 teams. Let's not waste any more time, and let's go straight to the Lone Star State and start with Dallas Bryant. You're going 10-6, and that's generous. You have the makings of a total implosion, but the rest of your division needs to help make that happen. I think you eke out a division title if Zeke plays all year. And if he doesn't, you're the 2016 Ravens, Brian. Go fuck your face. Philly Chris, you're going to the playoffs, no matter how much that fucking bothers Luke. But it won't be all you're doing. I see a new spring in your step. You're making a late off-season push, and I respect that. But other factors are going to play in an important part of your rise. Most importantly, what happens in the South. 9-7, wild card. Washington fucking Brian, you know what? It's time for a drink break, IFL, because you're not going to like this, Brian. Drink break! You're going to surprise some teams with how fucking bad you're about to be. I've heard the sleeper shit. You've been sleeping all right. It's just about a fucking little too late, brother. The question for you is, will you go total rebuild, or do you do what I've seen you do and go 5-11? New York D. Jordan, my man. Bad news. The East isn't sending 3 teams, buddy. Since I wrote the Dark Horse article, Chris has gone and gotten stronger. That doesn't mean if Brian totally fucking capsizes that you can't win the division or make a wild card. But if I were you, I'd get on the horn with the dude making the Zeke suspension, call right now and let him know how he touched you inappropriately. 9-7 with a puncher's chance at the postseason. Minnesota Wade, I really don't want to say anything that jeopardizes more street tacos, but fuck your face. A rise is really all you can ask for. It's a weak division, and you are well regarded in the NFC. The AFC fucking hates your face. So the trade market is wide open. I'm going to say 8-8, and you'll take that as a good step. Oh yeah, Detroit Russell, you're a fucking dumpster fire. A legitimate unicorn candidate. But to say you can't win a few games is way too much praise for the rest of your division. When Sammy's foot flies off into the 4th row week 1, I'll be right there to remind you. 2-14. Green fucking Berry. Your QB situation gives the rest of your division hope. Send them some muffins and you should be fine. But I gotta be honest, I liked it more when you were easy to hate. So I'm imagining you that asshole. 10-6 and another division title. Your fan base will woo with excitement as you make yet another quick exit from the postseason. Which brings me to Chicago Manatee. It was there, Nick, and you fucking blew it. Smoking Jay, you're smoking something. When Wade finishes with more wins, you remember that I called it. Yep, IFL, this is a change from the last show. Nick to 6-10, Wade at number 2 in the division. San Francisco Josh. Nothing good can come of me picking you. I called you a wild card last year and you missed. So why should I now? You don't want those words to come from my mouth. So what we're going to do is we're going to placate each other and say you'll have a winner written all over you. But you need to smear it off and wipe it in the W column. 9-7 again. With the birth? Because Seattle will. The first few weeks you're gonna feel good. But then, reality's gonna start to set in. I will repeat myself and say I felt of all division champions, you had the most work to do. I don't think it's enough this year. You will always be a El Raven fave, but you missed this year as your team falters to 8-8 and IFL. It's time for a fucking drink break before we go to the next division. Bring up! Because we didn't leave the last division. Arizona Jai. Hey, on top of my game. On top of my motherfucking game. You really could be a back-to-back winner, but it's not the title anyone wants, Jai. I don't know how to spin your team, except I think your team is the garbage people from the season 7 of The Walking Dead. And if you play nice with Josh and then double cross him, you might win 4 games. Also, you're fucked week 1. 4-12. Which brings me to L.A. Andrew. Andrew, the world is your oyster. But the most important fucking question is, outside of maybe winning, when are you ever gonna say anything relevant? I feel like lately you show up with fucking the sky is blue and it's not a joke. Are you joking? I'm not laughing. Make me laugh like a clown, and I'll endorse your 11-5 record in the NFC West title. Don't, and you'll fuck up right when it matters. Go 9-7 and Josh will shit down your throat. Which brings me to the South. Tampa Luke. You're quickly becoming the guy no one wants to win. First, ditch that fucking picture. Nils is a goddamn psycho for making it, and you're a narcissist for displaying it. You have all the pieces for a Super Bowl run, except a QB. Oops. Figure that out. You have the NFC by the balls. 12-4, South champ. Carolina Nils. Again, fuck you for that picture. You aren't good in odd years. I really respect you as a fantasy football player, but that isn't 1-15 bad. But what I can fucking tell you right now is you are going to start off poorly. I'm going to say this. If it does go south, you'll bounce back next year from 13-3 to 9-7 and just not enough to get in. Which brings me to last year's fucking NFC champion, New Orleans Carlos. You fucking got so lucky, and there is nothing wrong with that. But so much had to happen for you to go on the run that you did. And I know what you're thinking. He's about to fuck me. I'm making a fist movement right through your anus. Not my department, though. Carlos, wild card, 10-6. You're welcome. And finally, the goddamn toilet scum of the fucking division, or league, Atlanta Flawed. Everything was going GOAT the past few weeks until this hurricane. Oh, fuck. If they really moved that game, and fuck my face as well. Dude, look, it's the difference between 3-13 and 3-13. My God, man. Buying a Kleenex. You're gonna need it! Let's go AFC, and let's start with some AFC Elite. Miami Brat. You're winning the East. That's not gonna satisfy you, is it? Sure, breeding down the British and the Hobbits and the Street Rats is fun, but you want what Jason has. You want your title back. And we'll watch as you try to be the only person to do it twice in this format. Just pray to fuck that we don't meet in the playoffs, as I drop Giants like I down beers in bunches. 12-4, East title. It's time for another fucking drink break. Take it! Buffalo Travis. You've got a solid fucking squad, but I want to see you push all the chips in to win the division. I think you're an all or nothing guy. If you can't win the whole thing, you don't care. And I can sort of get that, but last year was your year. The playoffs are a crapshoot, but you should have been loading up to ram Spencer's skull up his ass. 12-4, but you lose the tiebreaker and end up a wild card again. New York Aaron. I hear a lot about what not a bad team you have, and if you were in another division, you'd be good. Well, you're not, and you won't be. There are far too many holes to compete in this division, and like Trav, I'm waiting to see you proceed with this season. 6-10, and real questions about how you move forward. Which brings me to one of my favorite fucking GMs. Not New England fucking Marv. Not gonna be a good year for you, mate. I've never seen an 8-8 team that didn't make the playoffs stick their thumb so far up their ass and tickle their prostate like you. I stand by that you'll get stronger as the season goes on, but 6-10 is happening. And if by some miracle you go 4-12, no, I'll be pulling up next to you in my hearse with a beer, letting you know the time of the express train to hell. Kansas City, I'm sorry. Kansas Shitty Kurt! Do something. Win something. It's time. 9-7 will be enough, but you still gotta move a QB. How's Ely working out? Stop walking the fence, you fucking fence walker. Get bold and roll the dice. Goddamn better of hedges. What are you, like the fucking mother of dragons, except the mother of hedges? It's horrible. It's a horrible joke. I'll drink to that. Division champ, because it'll irk you. Denver Marcus. You've got the launch codes, buddy. You can nuke your season, or you can nuke other seasons. When you have tactical warheads like DJ and Jones, anything is possible. So far, you've made 0 moves. So far, you've blamed the commish. So far, you've spurned a razor. Unwise. 8-8 by default. Oakland fucking Prendo. You just don't have a defense. Collins and a couple linebackers won't do it. You have no picks for like the next 3 years. You'll be an interesting case to watch, dude, but I like you to win some games. But you're gonna have a fucking enough, so you blow up your entire fucking island when you mishandle the fucking trade for DJ that's in looming. That's right, I'm predicting DJ to fucking Oakland. 5-11, and fuck your rose-colored glasses, you fucking leprechaun motherfucker. San Diego Ginger, you make me sick. Look at you and all the young men in a grease party rubbing each other's hair. Red hair. This just got fucking weird. But know that I will not trade you a fucking 4 for Simmons, you criminal. You know who else has a redhead? Satan. I'm watching you, Satan. 9-7, wild card. Tennessee Jason. So nobody stepped up. You feel good. You feel like it's a trip back to the postseason. You even gave your wife a $9.99 fucking to buy some fucking cheap Steelers Nightwalker pants. Hey, good for you. I hope all your fucking fantasies play out. Here's one I have. One of those assholes step up late in the season and steal your division. You send me really good picks. 11-5, division winner, fantasy over. Jacksonville Nate. This is the plan. This plan, my friend, must go. If I were Hitler, I'm not, but Aaron might be, I'd have to fucking shoot you for treason of the fantasy football gods right now. Look, you're getting better. Take another 6-10 season and look forward to 6-10 in 2018. Indy Eric, don't ever contact me about Taco again. Why did you think I would send for him? I mean, my God, man. He signed an exclusive Taco deal with Taco something. You can't get a deal done because you're valued for shit. 4-12 and you'll like it. Houston, Peru. Unicorn, bitch! I know, it's not likely, seeing as you play Eric and Nate, and most likely me, which is kind of an auto win, but someone has to be, at least for the start of the fucking season. Your moves baffle me, and you've had the team, and now you have a bunch of cast-offs, has-beens, and never-will-be's. 0-16. Pittsburgh Spencer. You'll look back on 2016 on fucking memories. And why not? You won the North. You beat Trav in the playoffs. And you pushed Tennessee to the brink. Another classic example of a storybook season in North Dakota. But the problem was outside of a few handouts, you didn't do enough this offseason. Your nearly non-existent fucking draft class will hurt you next year when you fucking go to reload. 4-12. Long fall. Sorry, buddy. See you in Vegas. Cincinnati Danny. You blow. It's just horrible. You're so horrible because I like you. You're like Chris, but without the heart. I want to put your face to a frying pan to wake you up. This rebuild is 8 months behind. Good call on not trading me Luck or that other guy I called you about. They'll help you with the one win you're getting this year. Versus Kyle. Cleveland fucking Kyle. Your death's gonna be slow. But no, it's happening. Nobody is running away with the North. But when Danny Woodhead is your best free agent signing, you got big fucking problems. What's his ceiling, bro? 200 points? That's hardly startable. You talk about Demaryius Thomas? Fuck is fucked. TY is fucked. Your rooks are gonna come around late season. Maybe? I don't know. Bad karma for not coming out the other night. Bad fucking karma. Wait for it, IFL. Wait for it, IFL. Because you know what I think? What you think, IFL? It doesn't matter what you think because he's going 4-12. And I'll end with me, El Raven. What to make of this team? Hit hard late by IR. Now a hurricane threatens 2 very winnable fucking games week 1. I think this is going to be a fight with Lobot to the end. But I will win the North at 10-6. I will make the playoffs. And you will have to deal with the resurrection of one of the most vocal GMs in the IFL. And you will have to continue listening to Rippin' and Tearin' 44 after these messages.
midichlorians?
It's heroin.
Josh, right now you're live. Shut the fuck up. What are you? Tell it to Will right now. 10 seconds.
Tell it to who?
Will.
Oh, why would I? Will's in the ditch.
Cripple fight!
IFL, welcome to the Survivor Series selection show. I am joined right now by GMs Floyd and Jai, the two bottom-feeding jabronis who decided to go at it against each other in the fucking Slack chat and just spawn this ingenious idea by fucking me, L. Raven. Jai, Floyd, welcome to Rippin' and Tearin'.
What's up? Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, like,
Fuck yourself.
Can't wait to get this shit going.
All right.
I hate you.
So, but of course you do. All right. So the purpose of this selection process right here is to go ahead and figure out what teams are going to be playing, and then on the back end of this, I'm going to go ahead and have a little video for the league. So we need to figure out who gets to pick first, because that's key. You know, you guys get to go ahead and pick first.
Absolutely.
But before we get to that, you just shut it. Just shut it, okay? Just nod silently in agreement. Before we get going, we got to go ahead and select some team names. So the Survivor Series had like the Hulkamaniacs versus the $1 Million Dream Team. Part of being a good leader is being able to think on the fly. So don't fuck this up. Floyd, what is your team name going to be?
NWO. Too sweet.
Wow. Let down. Jai, what is your fucking team name going to be?
I think I'm gonna go with the Shitbird Bushwhackers.
The Shitbird Bushwhackers.
Yep.
Okay. I like it. It's a lot better than the NWO, dude. Like, really? Fucking NWO? Okay, I'm the Ultimate Warriors. Shut up.
Oh, God damn it.
I know. Do you want to take another crack at it, Floyd? I'm all about giving you second chances.
I don't want your fucking pity.
That's the pity party versus the... Wait, what's the name of your team, Jai?
Shitbird Bushwhackers.
It's the pity party versus the Shitbird Bushwhackers. Yes! I love it when a plan comes together. Okay. Oh, fucking the pity party. So good, dude. It's perfect. It's fucking perfect. All right. I should have been a fucking booker. All right. So, in order to go ahead and determine who's gonna fucking pick first, okay, we're gonna play a game. Now, Jai, you are the fucking shitbird of metal fail winner, dude. Nothing in your fantasy football life is ever gonna fucking come easy for you. This is another one of those moments. Floyd, you are the GOAT. When you carry titles of such stature, you are given things. The world is at your feet, Floyd. And because of this, here on RnT, you get home field fucking advantage, buddy.
Yeah.
If you answer the following question correctly, you will receive first pick in the first ever IFL Survivor Series, which pits the pity party versus the shitbird something. I can't remember. I'm going to have to review that. Brain cells.
Whackers. Let's just keep it at that.
I'll get it, dude. I'll get it. Come on, dude. Seriously, I fucking destroyed my brain last night and my liver. All right. Flawed, are you ready?
Fuck yeah.
Flawed, I'm going to ask you one more time. Are you ready to redeem your one misstep in the nest?
Fuck yeah.
Okay, Flawed. Please answer the following question.
It's a trap!
Which of these bands is the least metal? A.
Corn!
Van Halen. B. Captain and Tennille. C. Motley Crue. Or D. Corn.
Corn! It has to be corn. Please say it's corn. I don't like the silence.
I'm shaking with rage right now, Floyd. I cannot fucking. You've got to be shitting me. How? I just fucking put it on a platter for you. You're gonna tell me that Captain and Tennille is more fucking metal than Corn?
Yes. Is that the right answer?
Defend the answer. Defend the answer. You have 10 seconds.
Because you fucking hate corn, and I got it. Apparently, I got it wrong during fucking Is It Metal, so it has to be corn. That's the only way I can redeem myself by saying it's corn now.
Your whole fucking life is a failure. Okay, I want you to know that. I want you to know that.
Come on, it's fucking corn.
Fuck!
Jai, you get to fucking pick first. Are you aware? You're a fucking disappointment to me. That GOAT status is fucking hinging. I might ask for that card back. I might have to cut it up.
God damn it, it's corn.
Captain and fucking Tennille is more fucking metal than Corn. Like, really, just think about that. Think about that and go punch yourself in the balls.
Trick fucking
Jai.
question.
I'm loving these. Keep them going.
Okay, Jai, you got first pick, dude. You can pick the first fucking guy on your team. So you got all the bottom feeder teams. You got Wade, myself, D. Jordan's filling in for fucking Vagina Decker. You've got Aaron, and who am I forgetting?
Nathan.
Nathan, Jacksonville
Grizzly.
Nathan. All right, so first pick is yours. Go ahead, Jai. Who you taking?
Dude, first pick I'm going with. Let's go with D. Jordan.
You son of a
Wow.
bitch.
Really?
Flawed? Don't fuck this up, Flawed.
Dude, I mean, it's the same guy I would take in fucking the XHL. I'm taking fucking the shitbird himself, fucking Baltimore Ravens Matt.
That's right. He's taking L. Raven.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Next.
I can't go on El Raven's show and then give him that credit.
Oh, dude,
Like,
this
you
is
know
the
how
reason
big
why.
his head will
This is
swell
the
and
reason
being
why
the
you
number
have
one
that
pick?
fucking trophy, bro. This is the reason why you have that trophy. Okay, it's all starting to make a lot of sense. We need to bring you back and just really get inside your brain, dude, to figure out how you constructed a fucking 3-13 monstrosity. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. I love it that I'm one game better than you. Okay.
Exactly, one game.
Hey, one game is like a million. Fuck it. It's 25%. All right, dude. Second pick. L. Raven and D. Jordan are off the list.
What the fuck? Let's go here. Let's go with fucking the Jets. Fucking Aaron.
Damn it.
Ooh, he goes with Grand Moff Tarkin
Damn it,
A. I like.
One of the fewer.
Yeah. This is looking pretty fucking ruthless so far here, guy.
I'm gonna go with one of the Vegas guys. I'm gonna go with Wade. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yes. Good call, dude. Fucking Biggs Dark Lighter. All right, dude. I'm fucking stoked, dude. Good call. All right, final two selections here, guy.
Let's see.
It's either Nate
Grizzly or Brian.
or Brian.
Guess I'll have to go with Jacksonville. Nathan.
Yes.
Jacksonville. He went
Yeah.
with
That
Chewy.
is exactly who I was hoping he was gonna go for.
So we've got
Brian.
fuck, who is he, dude?
Who is he?
I think Brian was
So,
he's
Wedge.
Wedge. Yep, Wedge. All right. So we got Washington, Brian. All right, IFL. There you go. These are your teams. It's the shitbird fucking somethings led by Captain Jai. Who are you? R2D2, Lando, Grand Moff Tarkin, and Chewie against the Pity Party with El Raven Biggs and fucking Wedge. It's the Survivor Series. We'll be right back. Welcome to beautiful downtown Baltimore, Maryland, home of the IFL Survivor Series, the loser tradition, the ultimate in team competition. When Team Captain Jaw joins fellow members Aaron, Sasquatch Nate, and D Jordan to square off against Team Captain Flawed, who's joined by team members Washington Brian, Minnesota Wade, and the Shitbird, L Raven. It's the Shitbird Bushwhackers versus the Pity Party. The captains have chosen their representatives. Week 1 will see L Raven take on D Jordan.
It's the Survivor Series! Oh, yeah!
Would you like to buy some drugs, Larry?
Well, that's why I'm here.
These no soul having fucking gingers show up, think they're the fucking Muffin Man, and then, you know, finish in last place and can't even rock out the fucking Survivor Series. No soul. It's like you're the opposite of
15 seconds, they're off.
okay.
Say it. Fuck the ginger.
Fuck the ginger.
Attention on deck.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits. If you don't do your job, I'll shoot you. You get me.
We get you, sir!
Welcome to the Roughnecks.
Well, Ravens Roughnecks.
At ease, listen up.
Rookies and bottom feeders, it's time to step up and wade through the shit. No pun intended. Rest of the league doesn't think very much of us. We got a guy who sounds like Lucky Charms spokesman. Better have a pot of gold in your ass to buy a defense. Another seems to be trying to grow a Class A fire hazard on his face. Have you ever looked at your team? You'll be reporting here next year. And a guy who just joined up because he thought this would be fun. You trade David Johnson, it's gonna be a real blast. Ask the bottom feeders how much fun they had last year. I want your head screwed on straight. No quitters. Jai, you need to stop chasing tail and deal with the landmines you created for yourself. Brian, I want you to get your pulse checked. I think you might already be dead. Wade, you're on KP duty. Gotta keep the troops fed. Decker, you're a damn disgrace. No Survivor Series. Dishonorable discharge from the Roughnecks. Never been done. Feel happy to be the first. You make me sick. Hey, Aaron, I think you better get used to being featured here. Better blow off some steam in the basement. And finally, Nathan, codename Sasquatch. Due to your plan being shit, they put me in charge. Think about that. By the league's thought process, none of the 10 of us is a true threat to the playoff 12. I say, let's shock the IFL. Let's go topple a Titan.
Never give up. Never surrender.
Our friends wasted, Anakin.
Yo! Check this out!
Danger. The emergency destruct system is now activated. The ship will detonate in T-minus 10 minutes. The option to override automatic detonation expires in T-minus 5 minutes.
In the nation's capital, playing at old RFK Stadium, the hometown Washington Bryans were no match for the visiting Dallas Bryans, losing 328-254. I think I'm going to have a heart attack. When asked what they were going to do after the big division win, Dallas Bryans said, "What the hell do you think? Ranch hookers blow."
This is my movie review of 1989's The Shocker. This movie seems to fit along with all the classic 80s shit show that Matt has been giving me all summer. Essentially, this movie can be boiled down to a football player hitting his head against the goalpost, and now all of a sudden he has the special gift of seeing a serial killer's murders in his dreams. Go on to catch this serial killer, who then uses some form of black magic on a television and becomes electricity. This is the only point in the entire movie that they talk about the black magic. They don't give any reference to it. He then uses this newfound ability to jump from body to body and take over different hosts, essentially. The hero, the football player, essentially stops this killer by having his teammate or teammates shut off the power to the city and then essentially locking this villain in a television set. And then the football player just hits the power button on the television set. And that's how he stops the killer. I hate this movie for the following reasons. One, the villain has a severe limp, but yet can outrun a collegiate football player and every cop the city has. Two, what I can only assume this movie is based in a small town. I don't understand how it's not on lockdown when you have a serial killer who's murdered upwards to like 10 families. It makes absolutely no sense that they have not put like a every person manhunt out for this man. 3, the best scene in this movie is an epic fight scene where the villain is in a cop's body and proceeds to just fire a gun in a city park. Then proceeds to jump from body to body, attacking the football player, or our hero in the movie. And yet there are people who are just wandering the park and nobody calls the cops when the football player is being attacked, especially when he's attacking a child. Like nothing happened. And finally, the killer's weakness, a goddamn necklace. 3 out of 10 sleepy mates. If you're looking for a few laughs and a really shitty story, then this is the movie for you.
Okay, first off, you're so fucking full of shit, alright? This is a fucking classic. How could you not go ahead and point to the part where they're flying through the fucking TV, dude, and they're like fucking, they get into the boxing match and they're like fighting and he's all, kick his ass! And they fucking jump to like the fucking next TV screen. And Horace Pinker may be one of the all-time great horror icons. Did you really watch this movie, or did you prop your eyelids open with a couple of fucking toothpicks?
I will say the jumping around the TV part was interesting, but I think it got overpowered by the fact that they just shut off the power, and that was it. Villain done. Horace was no longer.
Well, they gotta turn on the power sometime. I think we always thought maybe there would be a fucking second Shocker movie, dude. But
do they just never power again? Is that what we're going with?
Yeah, you know, I mean, Dark Ages. 3 of 10 Sleepy Nates, probably one of your all-time lowest scores. Now this year you've reviewed The Wraith, Shocker, and what was the other movie?
I don't remember. That's how bad they've all been.
No, you liked it. I can't remember, but you enjoyed The Wraith and Shocker, and I just want to let you know that I appreciate you being a good sport about these, and knowing that you hated such a quality classic like The Shocker. I look forward to finding you. Oh, I know what I was gonna say, dude. If Jason fucking Voorhees can outrun everyone and get in front of them, a dude with a limp. They pulled that straight out of Friday the 13th. You have seen the Friday the 13th
I've
movies,
seen
right?
Friday the 13th, but this guy's limp was distinct, and he always carried it, and yet he could always outrun anyone. And the guy was a collegiate running back, and he's outrunning him.
Well, you know why he had a limp, right? You know why Pinker had a limp, right?
I don't think they ever explained it in the movie.
Oh, he fucking totally exploded his fucking Achilles. IFL, we will be right back.
Son of a bit.
So what you do?
Brian, no one will trade with you. How do you feel about Chris?
Chris is a good guy. I think he'll make a great.
Oh, you're such a fucking bitch.
He'll make a great second player.
Fuck you.
Sleeping, she waits tables late, trying to stay tough, never ending, however long she waits, it's just not enough. He's sleeping late, no work around, broken dreams come tumbling down. He's been down and
IFL. Over the course of the next 15 minutes, you're a part of history. Welcome to Hot Atlanta Nights presents the first ever The Falcon's Nest. Being this is the first ever Falcon's Nest, it wouldn't be a show unless I had a guest. Last year was a bit of a disappointment, would you say? I mean, you went 4-12, which clearly Marsh reminds you of daily.
Oh man!
You have your own emoji, for God's sakes. The 4-12 emoji is great.
Well, I mean, in my defense, there's a ton of British emojis. You do notice all the limp dicks, right?
Oh yeah, no, those guys are horrible. If we can get some fucked up teeth, it would really slide in nicely. The Big Book of British Smiles. It's a coffee table book. Look it up. It's fantastic. So like I said, Mark reminds you of that daily. You were last in the North, far from being the king. And for a good part of the season, you kind of held the record for the lowest score, a title that your Vegas couch mate Decker reluctantly took from you.
Thank fucking God.
Well below the IFL's version of the Mendoza line. Josh, I know you know nothing about baseball. That's if you're below 200. So after, just after a little explanation of the Ravens franchise, I guess my first question is: do you like gladiator movies, Maddie? No. See,
Yeah.
what I said was, do you feel like you're in a better place at this point in 2017 than you were at this time in 2016?
Hey, honestly, dude, I mean, I got Brady instead of Bortles. I got a healthy Gronk. Yeah. I got picked up Jimmy Graham. I felt good about that trade. I got these guys really cheap, to go ahead. I didn't give up a lot to bring them over to the team. I'm really hoping for a big year by Hyde. If not, I've got that backfield locked down. Same thing when I picked up Kareem Hunt. I made sure that I had the Kansas City backfield locked down. And then I got guys like Witten and Demaryius Thomas, and Pierre Garçon was a fucking steal. Peru's still fucking pissed off about that one. And my defense is much improved. Is it championship caliber defense? Well, it's division AFC North championship caliber defense. That's all that fucking matters to me this year. Defeating Kyle, having him pay for my 2018 and win in the North, and then we'll go from there. We got some picks next year, and we feel good about the direction of the team.
Let's talk about the inaugural draft that we had last year. I think he used the 1.07 on Miles Jack. Great college player coming off of an injury. Has now been relegated to linebacker purgatory in Jacksonville's strong side, with Paz moving back to middle linebacker. So you're fucked there. Your second round pick, Su'a Cravens, injured last year, off and on, surgery, putting his status for opening day in jeopardy. So you're kind of fucked there too. And a guy like Josh Forrest, who's so buried on the Rams depth chart and a perennial taxi player until you actually cut him this year for free. So is it just bad luck, or do you really just have no idea on how to draft?
Son of a bitch. Well, okay, look. Sometimes draft picks take a couple years to develop. I mean, they're not all going to be Ezekiel Elliott's.
Sure. I don't know if you want to use Ezekiel Elliott as a comparison here.
Well, he was the fucking number 1 overall pick, dude. I mean, last year's draft class was really fucking horrible. It was fucking horrible, dude. It was a bad fucking draft class. And when it came to the 7, I had a lot of things that I could have fucking done there. And nobody between me and Kurt took the linebacker that they were supposed to. He picked 13. He took Deion Jones. And between 7 and 12, nobody else took him. So I wasn't the only one that passed over the right linebacker.
I mean, who the fuck cares about what anybody else does? This is about you. Well, I actually think that you did have some improvements in this year's draft. Guys like you had mentioned earlier, Kareem Hunt, who I also own. Our boy Taco, who will be starting day one and killed it this weekend. 3 solo tackles, a sack in limited play against the Rams. So I don't know. Maybe you have a slight inclination of how do you like picks. That or we both are just garbage, which could be said since we share the same record.
We both have shittiness.
We both have shitty mess. But you'd said earlier, we mentioned the whole Tom Brady, Blake Bortles thing. That is one thing we no longer have in common is I like to say starting quarterback, but let's be realistic. Probably, I mean, it's a competition, whatever. You cut him at the end of last year, saved yourself a little bit of money, but you're paying, obviously the extra salary for that extended contract. Unfortunately, you didn't address your one quarterback situation in the draft or free agency. You have Tom Brady, who did put up less points than Bortles last year, in case you didn't know that. But you have no other quarterback. And Cotton, I'm not going to lie, I like this approach. I'm kind of want to see how it's going to work out. So what's your strategy behind this one quarterback approach?
I really was the beneficiary of nobody wanting to fucking pay Kyle anything. I mean, I remember Kyle was just like, I'm going to get fucking 2 number 1s for Tom Brady. And I was like, the fuck you are? I said, you're not going to get shit. And I kept fucking talking him down. And I think originally he said, I want a fucking 2. And I go, you'll get a 5 and like it. And fucking he goes, I want a 2, and I'm all 4, and he goes 3, and I go deal. So fucking, that's how Tom Brady fucking came to town. And here's the thing, is that I am a 4-12 fucking team going into a fresh season. I'm playing a last place schedule, and Tom Brady doesn't have a bye until week 9. So one of two things is going to happen. When we start to get around that time, as we've already seen in this preseason, there are some very, very volatile QB situations. And I'm not going to go ahead and pay a premium for a guy who I know will be the starter barring injury. And that's kind of the thing. Like, Flacco was thrown my way. Trevor Siemian and Paxton Lynch as a tandem were thrown my way. Cutler was thrown my way as well. And I told them all the same thing. It's like, I'm not fucking paying shit for anybody until we get to right around fucking week 9. Because either A, I could fucking very possibly run away with that division. And maybe I'll just go pick up some chump and run no fucking QB like Houston Peru did last year. Maybe my season's in the fucking toilet. And I'm not going to go ahead and fucking mortgage for another fucking shit season. Tom Brady is playing every single fucking game as long as he's healthy. There's not going to be any of this bullshit like fucking Kyle had last year where he's like, at the end of the year, all he had to do is play Tom fucking Brady, the GOAT, and he wins the division, and fucking Carlos doesn't go to the fucking goddamn playoffs. No, he plays Russell Wilson because he had a feeling. Fuck your feelings, Kyle.
Feelings are for 12-year-old girls and millennials. You are clearly off better right now than you were at the end of the 2016 campaign, but do you really think it's wise to put like that much faith in the 49ers offense?
Well, no, but I was already invested in him. I mean, I paid the number 9 overall pick to get Carlos Hyde.
Yep.
And so I like his contract. You know, when you look at a lot of the other contracts, 13.8 for running back isn't that bad. He's a young guy. If he ends up going somewhere else next year, it's no big deal. I've got the heir apparent, and then I'll have another fucking starting running back. Carlos Hyde is going to be the starting running back. As a Niner fan, trust me, I've been following this extremely closely. He is going to start out as the running back, and we'll see where that goes from there. He was the best player on a shitty team. Pierre Garçon fell into my fucking lap, dude. You know, that was part of the Alshon trade. That was Houston, Peru for 3 or 4 days. It was sort of like the Kyle thing, you know, where he just kept calling me and we kept going, and then one day it just all fucking fell into place. He was fucking talking me down on Alshon the whole time, and I go, look, man, he's a number 1 fucking wide receiver. I want fucking 4 fucking 2s. You know, I never asked for a 1 because he had 1s. I said, I want 4 fucking 2s. He goes 3 and a 3. And then one night I'm sitting there fucking watching a show with my wife, and he texts me and he goes, so what's going on, man? 3 2s and what? And I go, Pierre Garçon? I go, Pierre Garçon? And he goes, done. And he's all sending right now, and I'm all, accept.
You couldn't hit the accept button any quicker. I mean, Jesus Christ.
My wife's all, she's all, we're watching a show. It's all, no, we're not. We're rebuilding a mess.
Mrs. L. Raven, you understand this. How do you plan on addressing these glaring holes? And do you plan on addressing him, or are you just gonna like let it see? Let's just see what the fuck happens.
I think you're fucking full of shit, and Captain Peters doesn't like you fucking talking about him like that. All right? This fucking defense, you think this defense has holes? Go look at fucking 2016, and you tell me which one you take year over year. I mean, ultimately, it's not a world-beating defense, but it was designed from the start of the rebuild 8 months ago to be a nickel. I knew that I could not go ahead and run a 3-4 this year. I have invested draft picks into the fucking linebacking core in both drafts. Duke Riley's going to be the weak side linebacker. Fucking Jatavis Brown's going to be a beast. And Vince Williams, his numbers look good so far this fucking preseason. He's going to eat. So I'll have 3 decent linebackers, and then Perry, Jack, Campbell. You know, hopefully they're decent bye-week fucking fill-ins. And they also said in Jacksonville that they're going to go ahead and rotate Paz and Jack to the team to play to their strengths. So it's a real fucking weird situation going on in Jacksonville.
It's weird. Everything's weird about that fucking team.
That horrible shit team that I had last year beat your team?
Well, you know, that's neither here nor there. I mean, you know,
no, it's pretty fucking there.
I'm a forward-looking kind of guy, and I will not take those kinds of insults on my fucking show.
So you're a forward-looking guy. You're like, how can I make Carlos a champion?
Yeah, you know, hey.
What can I do? What can I do for my Brazilian friend?
We're talking about you. This isn't about me. I'm not selfish. I'm not arrogant. I'm talking about you. I want the league to know about you. I want them to know Who is El Raven? So let's discuss your future. Your rookie pick, Brian Hill, poor performance, and you drafted him in case of injuries to Freeman or Coleman, I'm assuming.
I don't have those guys. Do your homework.
Lattimore has been injured since early August. And he's losing practice.
Yeah, he's back in practice.
He's lost a lot of practice.
He's fucking starting. That team is shit.
We'll see if he's starting. Let's see. PJ Williams.
I don't have fucking PJ Williams.
I mean, I don't know. I think I saw him on there. Ken Crawley. Ken Crawley is a guy that I think he's been filling in for Lattimore. Switzer, I mean, Jesus Christ, that guy's buried on the depth chart too. He's missed a couple weeks of practice, but he's going to be a good return guy. Tyler Irvin, another good return guy. I think you have a thing for return guys. Let's talk about next year's draft. You have 2 firsts and 2 seconds, if I remember
next
correct.
Next year's fucking draft.
So, do you feel like your need to hit on those picks next year is greater than other owners to be competitive?
No, I don't. Cock breath. Hey man, I won't fucking worry about next year when we get to next year. I once told a Dolphin, he's all, let me just send you 3 2019 seconds and a first, and you'll send me fucking Tom Brady, and everything will be fucking great. And I was like, dude, I might be fucking dead in 2 years, so we'll address that when we fucking get there. All right?
You've had you've had so many like verbal altercations with my Fournette brother, Cleveland Kyle. Kyle, let's get some shots soon. Spencer's the defending King of the North. And I don't even know who the fuck the owner is in Cincinnati, but apparently it's someone running that fucking trash heap. My final question, El Raven, is this. Do you think you have what it takes to win this horrid division this year?
What the fuck? Yes! Yes! I'm gonna fucking own it. I'm gonna fucking shit on Kyle's fucking face, and I'm gonna put it in a taco, and I'm gonna shove it down his throat.
Well, you know what? And that concludes this interview. Matt, I'd like to thank you for being on my show, The Falcon's Nest. And I'd like to say we'll return the IFL to their regularly scheduled program after these messages.
Motherfucker just went all in on deuces against Kurt, not Wise. He's done.
Wait, who did?
One to be fair. Goddamn fucking
button. I didn't look at my
on
hands.
the button.
That's not a bad.
Brian, you're up.
Brian, you're up. You're dealer guy.
Your balls are. When I flip that over, I'm thinking,
clanging.
I'm not too upset.
Listen, Anakin, I'm fairly certain I'm hallucinating right now. Rehab it is.
It's pick time, IFL. I actually have a pretty good record at this, so see this as a blessing unless I pick you, Josh. That just never seems to go ahead and work out. Now, outside of the occasional game, I only do division games weeks 1 through 3, so let's get to it. Obviously, I'm taking myself over Danny despite fucking Hurricane Urza or whatever the fuck it's called screwing up 6 fucking tenths of my lineup, whatever it is. I'm taking Los Angeles Andrew over Arizona Jai to start the march. I've got the Saints to crush ATL. In a mild upset, I'm taking the Buffalo Bills over Miami. I'll take Tampa to start the fall of Carolina. Gonna be a long season, Nils. Give me Greenberry all day long over Chicago Manatee. Nick, go fuck your face. This makes me sick. But give me the Browns over Pittsburgh to make week 2 more interesting. In the upset special of the week, I'll take Philly Chris over the Lurker. I like Denver Marcus to start off KC with an L. First loser doesn't come easy. Wade wins early as I'll take Minnie over Detroit. In a slight shocker, I'm going with Jacksonville Nathan over Houston Peru. The champ crushes Indy Eric. And give me San Diego as an underdog to the Raiders. Rounding out the division matchups, I'll take New York Aaron to start Marf off with a big L. D. Jordan and the Giants slip by Washington. And in the NFC Clash of the Week, NFC West Clash of the Week, San Francisco versus Seattle. I'm gonna say Will takes round 1 because if I say anything otherwise, it almost certainly means Josh would lose. And now, it's the Rippin' and Tearin' match of the week. Do you remember when Monday Night Football really meant something? Now we have Thursday and Sunday Night Football. But back when I was a kid growing up, Monday Night Football was special. It was so special that my dad and I bet every Monday night game since I was 10 years old. I think he won like 3 seasons in 31 years. But last year, I took him to the woodshed going 15-3 for the 5th time that I had done that. So in honor of my dad, I'm incredibly happy to bring you guys in the IFL a brand new segment. From here on out, the Rippin' and Tearin' match of the week will be featured on RnT Monday Night Football. This is for you, Dad. And now, the very first Rippin' and Tearin' Monday Night Football. A year ago, the Dallas Cowboys steamrolled their way to the NFC East title behind rookie superstar sensation Ezekiel Elliott. They buried their opponents week after week as they secured the number 2 seed in the NFC after overcoming an early hot start by the New York Giants. But the season imploded in their very first playoff game to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now reloaded and ready, they face the uncertain proposition of starting the first 6 weeks of the season without their star running back. The Cowboys' opponents, the Miami Dolphins, also know the pain of losing a star player early in the season, a feeling they're all too familiar with. J.J. Watt went down early in the 2016 season, but the Dolphins rallied behind Elliott and franchise quarterback Derek Carr to come from behind and win the AFC East title late in the season. Powered by arguably the top GM in the entire IFL, only a soul-crushing loss to the eventual champion Tennessee Titans kept them from going to the Super Bowl. Now, these two teams meet to kick off the IFL season in the most anticipated match of the week. It's AFC versus NFC. It's the Miami Dolphins at the Dallas Cowboys here on Rippin' and Tearin' Monday Night Football. And for my 17th and final pick of the week, I'm going AFC, baby. Brad, don't fucking let us down, you son of a bitch, or I will come to your place with that fucking knife, with that hat, with that goofy look, and that goddamn jacket on, and gut you like a crocodile. Welcome back to Rippin' and Tearin'. So, this show, guys, obviously, it almost didn't get done. I almost didn't do it, but I know that that's not what my dad would have wanted, so I pushed through this. I hope you guys had a good time. I feel like it's actually one of my better shows. I wasn't happy with the length of the last show. The videos took so much work, and Nils did such a great job. I cut as much as I could, but it was just too long. It was too long. I don't want my show to be that long, so we're going to be back to 22 to 30-minute max shows per week starting next week. Also, I need you guys to go ahead and be understanding that the show may not be weekly. Obviously, I've got a lot going on. I'm going to go up and bury my dad next week, and I'm going to be making trips to NorCal to get his affairs in order. But I love you guys, and this league means a lot to me, and I want to send out a special thank you to Floyd, Josh, and Brian for meeting up with me this past weekend. I really needed that. Yeah, I really needed that, and I'm so appreciative. You guys are great guys, and I really, really fucking appreciate it, and I wanted you to know that. And I also want to go ahead and just let you guys know that a lot of good stuff had to get cut from this episode to keep it at the length that I wanted it to be at, and so the Is It 80s finale will make its a final appearance sometime in season. I cut 2 other things. I cut Heavy Metal Mailbag and Liar, and maybe those things will make a surprise visit sometime during the season. And until next time, hopefully next week, this is El Raven signing out. What, are we fucking doing this again? What, it's all about fucking Brad? I know what you're here for, and I don't have any fucking cartoons for you this year, alright? Maybe I do, but you'll have to watch and find out. But I know what you're fucking here for. You're here for fucking marquee matchups. And one guy who never lets you down is motherfucking L motherfucking Raven. Motherfucker. Fuck!
Die fucker! Like a little pain was a pleasure, for we measure up like a beast. We go a long way to love you all for the minute that leave you deceased. For such a thankless endeavor, we gave all of ourselves, and now we've absolutely nothing to show for it but to put on the shelves. Voice of rebellion falls on deaf ears, with no heroes to be found. Consider this a warning shot, motherfucker. Consider this a warning shot. I bet you think you said it all, but you didn't. No, you're not even close. Don't you think a little credit due to those who gave from the most? To spread the word, let the knowledge in and crack open the mind to those who deceive us. Fuck you and your kind. Voice of rebellion, drowned out by fear. On it we shall roll. Spit venom, let the chips fall. With a may embrace your fate, succumb to my hate. In these words I will be heard. So consider this a warning shot, motherfucker. Consider this a warning shot.
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.